What's going on? So why did I buy this Beta 300 two-stroke? Why this and not a KTM, or why not the 4-strokes like I've been planning on getting? I'm going to talk to you about that, and I'm going to give you a little bit more information about this bike. So I'm just going to tell you. So first of all, a little about me. I've been riding off-road for about 5 years now. I do a little bit of C-Class hair scrambles, and I'm not very good at them. So I'll give you a little bit of idea of where I'm at. You know, I know enough to get myself in trouble, if you will. So take my advice in this video with a grain of salt, because there are plenty of A-riders that I know that watch my videos that are like, really, dude? Anyways, so I test rode. I went to a beta demo day with Jeff Locks, a buddy of mine. Really good rider. We did the demo, and I test rode the entire 4-stroke line. I did not test ride the 300 two-stroke that day. I got to test ride the difference between the RR and RR Race Edition, which being the ZF Sax fork and the closed cartridge fork. So this is a 2020 300 RR non-race edition. It does have the ZF Sax. And what I liked about the ZF Sax, it was stiffer than my Explorer forks, my Explorer 48 on my 300 XCW, but it was not super stiff like the closed cartridge. The 350RR Race Edition I rode had the closed cartridge fork, and it was a bit harsh. I was getting some throttle, like but from the throttle. Let me see if I can interlay it right here real quick. So anyways, I knew I wanted the ZF Sax fork. I started watching a lot of my old videos where I would do some crazy off-the-wall stuff, and the only reason why I was able to do that was because of the lugging, the down-low lugging of the two-stroke, or the lightweight of the two-stroke. And I got to thinking, you know, in an hour and a half, 2-hour race, I want the lightest bike possible. But I also want a dual sport, and guess what? This bike is street legal. It's unreal. You're not going to drive this thing to and from work and, you know, whatever. But going 5 miles down the road ain't going to hurt this thing, right? So that's really cool. It comes to stock, pretty much street legal. You have to add a mirror onto it, and then you can register and tag it in Virginia. Comes with a really cool little dash deal here. So anyways, sounds great. This is actually a tag light and a brake light, if you will, here. See, it's got a horn stock, high beam, low beam. It comes wired for turn signals here. It does not have them on it, but the wiring harness is there, so all you have to do is hook them up. It's really cool. Got a pretty big, pretty fat stator on it. I don't know the exact like wattage. Hold on, let me get to it. But this thing, there's your volts. Really cool feature that, you know, I didn't know existed on this bike, so you can keep an eye on that. If you're running heated grips or something, you can see if you're getting into the battery or if your stator's still keeping up, and it's stock. It's really cool. Got a little rain map, sun map. It's raining right now, so I got it in the red because it's really wet and nasty. But yeah, so there's a lot of little cool things on this bike that I didn't know existed. So all right, so we checked the box on the dual sport, we checked the box on the suspension, and we checked the box on the weight. So that's why I bought this bike. So quality, let's talk about quality. There were a couple things. I bought this thing from Brewer Cycle, and when it got shipped to them, there were a couple little things that weren't quite up to par. And I know there have been some things, you know, from the factory, like the big end bearings had issues, and apparently those got fixed. This headlight cowl, you can't really see it. This is not mud. This is actually burnt into the plastic, so they got me a new plastics free. The starter, the nut that holds the starter wire on was off, and the starter wire was just jiggling. I don't know if that's part of the PDI or not. I don't want to fault Brewer, because man, I'll tell you what, I went down to Brewer and they gave me one heck of a deal. They gave me the race plastics. I got the race plastics up in the shed. You know, their slogan is worth the drive, and for me, I'm driving a state away to go get this bike, and for me, my experience, definitely worth the drive. So hell yeah, if you're looking at going to Brewer motorcycles, I had a great experience, so I would assume you would too. Well, let's get on the bike and ride it. So anyways, the other day I had rode with my friend Jeff, and we were just messing around. We were going around this loop, and I was testing whether the you can tell the difference between the rain and sunshine map, so I'll just go ahead and play that little overlay. Alright, so now I got the field one lap. Let me see if I can put it in. There we go, now we're sunny. See if I can feel the difference. Actually, I can. It's more stabby. Yep. More of a two-stroke esque, and less of a tractor. Yep. Yeah, definitely more two-stroke esque. Yep. Blowing the rear tire off on 3/4 throttle. So far, I've put about 30 miles, 2.5 hours on the bike, and I just hit reserve. So fuel economy, not that great. 2.1 hours, 31 miles. So in a C-class hair scramble race, I would be fine. But in a B-class, you're probably going to need a bigger tank. I would say get a bigger tank anyways. Now, as far as reliability on this bike, I've heard good things, I've heard bad things. That's going to be in my more longer term review. As of right now, it's running great, but it's only got 2.1 hours on it, so I would hope it runs great. Speaking of reliability and crap, you know this thing comes with a 6-month warranty, so the KTM has a 30-day warranty. Get that right. So yeah, so Beta's warranty is 600% more than KTM. So there's that. I know some people that had their TPI lockup on them right outside the warranty, and the claim was denied. I'm not trying to bag on KTM because KTM is an awesome company, and I had a KTM, and it was damn near the best bike I've, well, it was the best bike I ever had up until now. I don't know, you're comparing apples to oranges here. I don't know how this Beta is going to hold up. All I know is I'm very happy to be on it. It was cheaper, and it's got everything I want on it from the factory versus buying all the other stuff from KTM. Now, this bike does come with some crappy tires, if you ask me. They are DOT approved, Michelin Enduro something or whatever's, and in this mud, it's not really liking it. I'll probably switch them over. I know everybody likes the 505 cheater, but I'll probably go with the 525 cheater. Maybe, I don't know. I do like AT81s on the front of my bikes. For some reason, I feel like they hook better. I don't know. So maybe 525 in the rear and AT81 in the front. Probably tubeless, maybe moose bib. Don't know yet. One of the other reasons why I went with the 2-stroke over the 4-stroke is because I feel like I can do more trials-inspired riding on the 2-stroke. More extreme stuff, rocks and logs and tires. There's a little log hop I've been practicing. It feels really good. That was horrible. But I mean, we cleared it, but it was horrible. Let me try it one more time. Much better. So there's a couple more things that I'm probably forgetting right here now. I'm gonna go ahead and overlay some footage from when I rode with Jeff Locks. And yeah. Oh yeah. Wow. The CRF250R versus the Beta time trial. And yeah, it's kind of interesting how close everything was, first of all, but I'll go ahead and play that. Interesting. So just by doing this little turn track, I did notice something. I feel like the turning radius on this bike is not as sharp as the KTM.
Yeah. Is there a thing behind the bolt?
Yep.
Okay, think you might be able to take that out and then just run the bolts in.
Well, it looks extremely close to that radiator right there. Let me see here. This side would be okay. This side is extremely close. I think it would hit the radiator. Wow.
You're already quicker than the Honda?
I don't know yet.
Maybe.
I was pretty fucking quick on the Honda through here. Really give it a go and see where I'm at.
Okay.
So. Ooh.
Quicker than I am.
Huh?
You're going quicker than I am.
Oh. Hometown advantage.
Huh?
Hometown advantage.
Yeah. Sometimes I wonder if I actually go quicker if I'm trying harder. Or if I just slow it down, if I back off a little bit, go a little smoother if I'm not doing better.
So I'll find out later, because when I was following you, I was kind of in a groove to where I wasn't, I mean, yeah, I was pushing, but I wasn't pushing like I'm trying to do a time trial pushing, you know what I mean? And then just now, I was pushing like I was trying to do a time trial. So I'll line the two up and see what's actually quicker. I know for a fact that what we were just doing together before we did that, I could do that a lot longer than the lap I just did. Yeah. So, you know.
I kind of said that as my, yeah, that's kind of my go-to base, so I can hopefully last a while.
Yeah, that was a really good, I mean, it was aggressive and it took energy, but it wasn't overly aggressive, you know?
Right, just kind of get your heart rate in a certain area.
And kind of keep it there, and yeah.
As long as you don't go down or do something goofy, stupid, and then have to pick the bike up.
Oh, that's me. Every time I race, I get stopped at the bottleneck and I drop it in front of everybody. So that's my two signature moves. Yeah. Damn, dude, I feel really at home on this bike.
Yeah. That's how I felt on every one of the betas, actually. They just felt really natural.
Yeah.
The ones that felt least natural were probably the 430 and the 500.
Yes.
Just because they're a little bigger and bulkier and a lot more of engine.
All right, so I wanted to give you all a little bit of a closing statement. I was going to do a more formal review later on down the line because, you know, I wanted to see the reliability of this bike and how I'm jiving with it after, you know, 30 hours or so, 50 hours. So look out for that. I'm saving some of the footage. This, you know, as I ride, I'm going to be saving footage for that particular review. I wanted to do a very long and serious review. Race season, when race season opens back up, yes, we'll be doing some races. You know, we got that Rona crap going on, so can't really get out and go places, not very well at least. You know, a lot of places are shut up, so when everything opens back up, yes, we're going to be putting more miles on this bike and be doing different things, you know, jumps and single track and hard enduro and rocks and stuff, but for now, this is what I got, so this is what I'm riding. Anyways, I'll see y'all next video. Peace. Finally, I fucking dropped the bike. Oh, me. So light to pick up, though. You should have known. Slanted stick and it's wet. You should have known, John. Jeez.